A new shop has opened up here in Cat Town. I've been in myself, and I've gotta say, it's pretty good. There's all sorts in there I didn't know I didn't need. Like my autobiography I wrote in the 90s, and a novelty-sized spoon if you're eating soup in a rush. It's good to see the entrepreneurial spirit alive and well here. After we reported on the closure of the flammable carpet store that met its end due to no customers, as they were inside all year during the wildfires. Luckily, the store was unaffected. Unluckily, their carpets were ugly. I'll never get a refund. This was Cat News, about to browse some words. Those were the last words of Cat Town local Ken, 34, retired from seeking employment. They were his last words before he went on to complain that his $1 hot dog had gotten water on it. What a waste of a nutritious meal. I'm gonna take the side of the little guy in this situation. How can he be blamed when it's nature's fault? And on top of that, you're going to cause this upstanding man, now he's standing at least, malnutrition. This is an injustice if I've ever saw one. And this network won't stand for it. Not unlike Can when the wave came for him. Hi, I'm back from seeing my doctor, and the results are in. The good news is, I found a parking space, and I'm alive. The bad news, my body is apparently craving nutrition. Well, you can't always get what you want. It's a tough world. We can't all be doctors and afford fruits and vegetables. But you know what? I'll survive on pastries and other assorted foods high in saturated fat. That was Cat News Health Hour. Thank you. It's a difficult economy out there. People are suffering. Like a man who's just now being reported to have just gotten the granola bar after aggressively pushing the button for the bag of sour candies. It's a war zone out there. Oh, and a man who just lost his house. It's not just office workers being made redundant. It's also plate spinners in danger. Long thought to be one of the safest professions. It just proves that we're all under threat. Except for me, as I locked in a 50-year contract, signed in crayon. I've had a long career, wishing I had a successful career, and I'm glad that finally someone has noticed. A guy stopped me in the street the other day and gave me an award. It was the proudest I've ever been in my life, even more than when I learned how to fasten my Velcro shoes. The police then went on to pursue him for some reason, but I was just lost in the moment, and who'd blame me? I'm so happy. Thank you for watching. I can finally look myself in the mirror. I just had it cleaned. We're looking at wild animals today on Cat News, and I'm not talking about that studio audience member there. This is a dangerous snake. I know, because it just bit me. But it's also dangerous because it's just eaten my food. And if one of my dinner guests was here with us today, I'd be a good cook. This is a warning to stay away from snakes. Although you are invited to my dinner party this weekend at 5 p.m. This is Cat News. We now go to the weather. Hi, welcome to the weather, where I'm looking into my tea leaves to divine the future. So that's where the budget cuts were this year. Yeah, tell me about it. You think it's easy figuring this stuff out? I had to retrain and do a course out of my own pocket. It's not even accredited. I had a whole team working for me before. Now I have him. I hate to put you on the clock, but people are waiting. Okay, let's see here. Jeff, how is it? It's miserable. I hate my life. No, the weather. Oh, it's sunny and cloudy. Well, there you go. It's gonna be sunny and cloudy. That was the Cat News weather team there. I don't know what we'd do without them. Probably throw darts at a wall. Crossword Man, the villain, is at it again. His archenemy being creativity. And he's threatening to push the button, unless someone helps him with his crossword. Who knows what terrible things could happen if he were to press it. I can't even think it, which is a failure of imagination. Please, brave souls out there, or bored souls, call into the show and answer the puzzle. Cat Town is riding on it. In the interest of fairness and impartiality, it was a hard crossword that week. I've gotten into sports lately and picked up a racket, then a chocolate bar. I proceeded to eat it and was thinking about the bad decisions I've made in life, like not picking up another chocolate bar. But then I remembered I was there to play some tennis. I waddled to the court in my newly acquired sports gear, feeling like a sea creature caught in a net, like in those emotional adverts. I was ready for what the next 10 minutes on the court I could only afford had in store for me. Then I broke my wrist. How the heck am I supposed to hit this? I don't know how this sport took off. And here I am, giving this whole thing a chance. I can't even eat 2 chocolate bars at once now. I'll see you next time. Learning. We all hate it. Reading and thinking too. But not everyone does. Like these scholastic superstars. Look at them go as they attempt to escape through the window, no doubt heading to the nearest public library. There's more too. The class sizes across the Cat Town education system are getting bigger, as more each year are being held back. To learn, the only problem is that they can't fit 100 students in a 20-student classroom. Build more prisons. Schools. What an uplifting story. I'm feeling better. I'll see you next time. Is the Cat Nation space program overfunded? Yes. Just look at this graph. When will we ever need space? When we've got plenty of it in all the other government budgets. How are the arts gonna fund their interpretation of what the first step on the moon is gonna be like? Of course, the space program director was unavailable for comment. Too busy stuffing their pockets with money, I assume. It also doesn't help that they don't have a phone, or a computer, or an internet connection. This was Cat News, government watchdog, Cat, making sure your tax dollars are looked after in this cute little bed. Don't worry, the bed was tax deductible. I'm gonna have to talk lower for this show, as my neighbor is sleeping. We all suffer with our memories from time to time. No. I'm back in the room. Don't you wish you could have those cherished memories forever? I wish I had cherished memories. Well, this doctor has some solutions for me. Let's have a look. Number 1. Get a better life. Well, that's not happening. Number 2. Use some smells to activate your memories. I have some stale macaroni here. I'm now remembering how awful this smells. We seem to be getting somewhere. And the last solution? Fake it. Well, I can do that. I just graduated with a degree. I took it while someone wasn't looking. Hey, this is working. I'll see you later, everyone. I'm creating memories. Maybe I could get a neighbor who doesn't sleep at 4 p.m. Those were the last words of the scientists who cured diabetes. Sorry, had diabetes. There was a mistake on the teleprompter. Please join us as we say goodbye to Cattown's only scientist, as he's just accepted a job in another town, 7,000 miles away. We really should have invested in our education system, instead of blowing it all on the chocolate fountain in the town square. I still think it was worth it, personally. I recently went to my class reunion. There's a picture of the night. Those were good years. Learned everything I know now, back then. Which is nothing. It's a prison now. After my successful petitioning campaign to Congress in 2005, I think it was a good idea. And it's been paying dividends, as now my former classmates have a cell to do their time. A brave hero stepped up yesterday evening and saved a man's life by performing surgery on his leg. And let me tell you folks, it was nasty. Those were the hurriest legs I've ever seen. And I'm a cat. It turns out that he just sprained his leg, and the surgery was unnecessary. But the most important thing is that I gave the victim a razor, because boy did he need it. This was Cat News. Thank you. Art is vital. We know this because I'm making this gesture. Like this piece by Chic La-Di-Da, or his real name, Steve. Join us as he unveils his new art piece in the men's bathroom down at the DMV. I can feel the emotion jumping off the canvas. Disappointment. It speaks to me on an emotional level. The mayor is caught up in yet another scandal. This week, not answering questions. Avoiding the press undermines democracy. We have a statement here from the mayor. I'm sorry, but we can't leave you alone. It's our job to ask questions, like, why are we here? Who am I? And how did I end up in this career? Welcome to Cat News, History Hour. Join me in today's main story. I even went to the local library to take out a book. Now it's pretty academic, so strap in. Luckily, they were merciful and made the text big. Okay, I'm ready. There once was a knight who slayed the dragon. The village cheered and celebrated him as a hero. He then died a month later from gout at 34. I think we'll put a bookmark there. Wow, so that's what being educated feels like. Thank you for joining me at Cat News. Have a nice day, and remember, keep learning. It's finally here, folks. The event this town looks forward to every year. And if we got a year for you, be sure to get a front row seat to the action, like these guys. Can you believe this town has the highest rated test scores in the nation? Yes, there's other towns out there right now who haven't figured out how to turn on their TV. No one told them it's a microwave. Now if you'll excuse me, I've got a race to watch.